Hey guys, Cameron from Anime Chat Reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing the disastrous life of Saiki K. I hope you enjoy. The Disastrous Life of Saiki K is a surprisingly funny short bit anime, with each episode being broken up into shorter episodes that all follow a connected plot. Kusuo's Saiki has almost every psychic power you can think of, to the point that he can alter reality, which would make you think he's the happiest person alive, being able to do anything or have anything he wants. Well, you'd be wrong to think that. For Saiki, he doesn't feel joy or sadness because he doesn't have to work for anything. The only joy he gets is from his coffee jelly. I should mention that he can't be surprised, so he lives a rather quiet-filled life with little to no drama. For the most part. But that's just the way he likes it. Saiki likes to live his quiet life, but his friends and family make that hard for him, with his parents asking him to fix their little problems, or that perfect pretty girl at school that won't leave him alone till he says, "Oh wow." Saiki's quiet life gets interrupted quite frequently, making for some entertaining events. The person that makes things the most unpredictable for Saiki is Nendo. Saiki can passively read the thoughts of everyone around him, knowing what they will do or even where they are, except for Nendo. He's an enigma, because Saiki can't read his thoughts. Not because he has any powers of his own, but because he simply doesn't have any thoughts. There are a lot of characters throughout this anime that all play a part in disrupting Saiki's peaceful life, and each one adds to the overall comedy of the anime, which is definitely what kept me watching and wanting to know what crazy antics were going to happen next. The overall plot wasn't deep, nor did it have any overall message, it was more just fun for fun's sake. Not to say that the plot was shallow or meaningless, just that it uses the episodes to set up the limits and drawbacks of Saiki's powers early on, so they can build the world and set expectations in said world. Simple storytelling that isn't groundbreaking, but works to drive a plot and provide an entertaining experience. And boy was this anime entertaining. Saiki had me laughing at each and every episode, sometimes at the absurdity, and sometimes it was just because of that physical comedy anime is best known for. As I said before, each character brings something to the comedy of this anime. Nendo adds a lot to the physical comedy with his ability to appear randomly out of nowhere and startle not only Saiki but the viewer as well. Nendo is that lovable idiot of the group that is genuinely kind but doesn't always understand social norms. Unlike Terahashi, the perfect pretty girl I mentioned before, who knows just how pretty she is and how to make the most of it. But as she likes to say, she's not just pretty on the outside, she's pretty on the inside too. So she doesn't try to exploit people, just brighten their day. She brings the always appreciated trying but failing to get the attention of someone who doesn't want to acknowledge you sort of comedy. She may seem stuck up at times, but she does develop as a character. It's always funny watching Saiki sidestep, sometimes quite literally, around her plans to get him to notice her. As I said before, the comedy is a good mix of anime-famous physical humour, along with the subverted expectational humour that anime like One Punch Man are known for. This humour is complemented by the animation and the use of detail during impactful moments. The animation overall isn't anything to write home about, but it's the use of animation styles that really help hit home with the humour. Like I said before, the use of detail for emphasizing impactful moments or undermining a scene that should be serious with what Saiki can see with his abilities. Even something as simple as a tense, serious conversation is then undermined by the way the character then walks away once they're done talking. All this is then accompanied by an excellent soundtrack that adds the final touches to each and every joke in this series. They do this through intense musical pieces being cut to silence or quirky sounds. Sometimes it's as simple as the way Saiki narrates over the events, giving sarcastic responses like a viewer would. The opening isn't great, but it's not that bad. It's just more lacking when compared to the closing that is fun and upbeat, leaving you with a feeling of satisfaction at the end of each episode. It's the interactions between Saiki and all his friends throughout the series that really makes this anime shine. It really does feel like a school comedy slice of life anime with psychic powers thrown in to shake things up, with some of the best moments coming from Saiki trying to hide his powers or do the simplest of things. Again, that subversion of reality makes for great humour. With all that said, I think The Disastrous Life of Saiki K definitely deserves its S rank. This is by far the best comedy anime I've ever watched. With its fun, interesting characters, as well as its short forms episodes, it really drives the comedy home for me. I'd say this is a must-watch for anyone who loved the funny moments in One Punch Man, or the absurdity of anime like Gintama and Baka and Test. Another final thing I'd like to add is that they explain silly little anime tropes as something Saiki did to the world with his powers, and I think that's just a great add to the story. Thanks for watching the video, guys. I do hope you enjoyed it, and I would be honoured if you liked our video and subscribed to our channel, as it really helps us out. And hopefully we see you all again in the next video. See ya!